Hello, welcome back to the Bridgeport Public Library's BookTube. I'm Angela, the Adult Services Coordinator, and today we're going to be taking a look at my November TBR list. So let's get started. The first book I'll be reading is Gambling with Your Soul by Henry Arnold Davis. He is actually a local author here in Bridgeport, West Virginia, and he will be coming to our library November 1st from 5 to 7 to do a reading and a signing of this book because it was actually newly published for him. This is his debut book, and it's all about his religious journey and the conclusions that he came to through research in order to answer the question, what will happen to me when I die? The next book I'll be reading is Frindle by Andrew Clements. This is actually a book I read when I was a kid, so I'm excited to revisit it. This is the pick for the Bookmark Bunch Book Club, which is a middle grade book club, which will be meeting on November 23rd from 4 to 5. So as a former English major, this book is particularly interesting to revisit because it's all about the way language changes and evolves. In the story, the main character renames pens as Frindles, and then the word Frindle just blows up, like it just goes everywhere in his community, and it upsets quite a few people that a new word has just been created for apparently just for fun. But yet it really just sort of discusses how language changes and evolves over time, as well as how you have no control over what words sort of get sucked into common vernacular. So it's going to be really interesting to reread this one. Next book is Elizabeth Peters' Crocodile on the Sandbank. This is the book for our Read and Read Mystery Book Club, which will be meeting on November 18th from 1 to 2. This book is really interesting to me in particular because it's about Amelia Peabody, who is an archaeologist, and it's set in Egypt. And as a kid, I was obsessed with ancient Egypt and their mythology. And so I was constantly reading about archaeology and their discoveries in the country. So I'm excited to see what knowledge that I already have sort of plays into the book. And even if none of that has anything to do with the story, I'm just really excited to read this one just based on the setting. All right, and the next book is not at all a new read for me. This is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the pick for my brand new book club, Reading Beyond the Shire, which will be meeting on November 18th from 4 to 5. It is a fantasy-themed book club, and I thought it was only appropriate to go ahead and start with a classic. So whether you love it or you hate it, come to my book club and let's discuss it. And then the final book was actually an accidental discovery. It's The Invention of Murder by Judith Flanders, and the subtitle is How the Victorians Reveled in Death and Detection and Created Modern Crime. So it's a very thick book, and I found this one when I was redoing our display. I'll actually insert a little video here while I'm talking so you can kind of see what the display looks like. I'm pretty excited about it. It is a Victorian themed display, so I went through our collection and picked different Victorian books. And The Invention of Murder just happened to be one of them. And I do have a little bit of a morbid fascination with crime and just the way that different cultures see death. I'm a big fan of Caitlin Doughty, so thumbs up if you know who she is. She's great. So this book is it gave me some sort of Caitlin Doughty vibes. So I'm excited to read it and see what I don't already know. The Victorian age was actually the age in literature that I studied the most back when I was in college. So I'm excited to read this one through and see what I didn't already know and see what I can learn. Also, you might notice that there is something sticking out of this book. So on my display, I thought it would be fun to include either a fact, a slang word, or a joke about the Victorian age. And so in this one, I have Victorian slang, and the phrase is grinning at the daisy roots, which is to say that someone has died and been buried. So there is your Victorian slang of the day. That's it for my November TBR. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you later this month with a different kind of BookTube video. Bye!